Good afternoon, students. I am Munshi Rashidul Islam, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, JIS College of Engineering. Now, today we have discussed about the different types of moment applications and how to the vector analysis can be drawn in the moment applications, and also a couple, how to associate with the different type of couple with some relation with the moment, and the application both the couple and moment in the problem analysis. So this is actually the content of today's class. So now let us see the main points, how it can be drawn. So vector method for determining moment. So if you see the figure, so first of all, moment, that moment, if I rotate in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, so obviously the perpendicular distance can be counted here. So if the only distance can be counted, so that also equal to the torque or any other type, and just like the simple torque. But the moment of F, that means about point A in the figure, may be represented by the cross product expression. That means M is equal to R into F. Here R is actually the perpendicular distance and F is actually the total force apply on it. Here where R is actually the position vector which run from the moment, reference about a point about A in the line of action of force F, and the magnitude of the forces is given. The magnitude of the force is given here, given by this. Now next point is couple. A couple is defined as two parallel forces that have the same magnitude but opposite directions and are separated by a perpendicular distance of d. So since the resultant force is 0, the only effect of a couple is to produce a rotation or tendency of rotation in a specified directions. The moment produced by a couple is called a couple moment. The moment produced by a couple is called a couple moment. And this is actually the physical application or practical application of couple. If you ride a bicycle, so if you paddle or if you drive the car, so on that situation we can use either in couple, in bicycle when press the pedal, or in the driving situation, riding situation, we can get a couple on that situation. The characteristics of a couple. The algebraic sum of magnitude of the member for forces forming a couple is always 0, and the couple can be balanced by a couple only. So a couple can be balanced by only a couple, not any another type of moment or another type of forces which has same moment and opposite sense. So moment of a couple is fixed and does not depend on moment center. Now characteristic of a couple. So if you see the figure in right hand side figure, it can be shown that MO is equal to, at point O, MO is equal to MA, that also equal to the MB. Explanation on blackboard. Thus couple moment is the free vector and as its magnitude is not affected by the moment center. Is not affected by the moment center. The magnitude of the moment couple. So scalar formation, the moment of a couple is defined as having a magnitude of m is equal to f into d. Now the vector formation of a couple, that means the moment of a couple can also be expressed by the vector cross product. Here R is equal to the vector cross product. So here m is equal to R into F. So F is equal to force and R is equal to the distance between the two forces. Equivalent couples. If two couples produce a moment with the same magnitude and direction, then these two couples are equivalent. Both couples are, if you see the diagram, both the couples are equivalent. That means m1 is equal to 30. If you see the first case, m1 is equal to 30 into 0.4, that means 12 Newton meter. And if you see the second cases, 40 into 0.3, that means 12 Newton meter. That means distance and the if distance change, so obviously the total force obviously will be changed, and but in the same sense we can use only magnitude and direction, and in this type of couple is called as a equivalent couple. Now resolving a force into a equivalent force couple system. So for first cases, if you see the first case, that means single force. So A to B, in that point, from point A, F force is applied. Now the second case is the point, here 2 points are also be there at point A and point B. So plus F and minus F also be counted. And now the equivalent forces cases, the total force and moment, and the equivalent force system, that will be the moment can be calculated in terms of the couple, and that will be moment will be F, total perpendicular distance is D, F into total perpendicular distance D. So that is actually the equivalent force system with couple. Resolving a force into equivalent force system, that means the application of single force, or that also equal to the equivalent force, and that can be transmitted in terms of the equivalency system in force and also a couple. Resultant force of a force couple system, that means by reversing the process employed in the resolving a force into the force couple system, and we can find the resultant force in a given force couple system. And this is actually the figure where step by step follow all the conditions, the step 1, step 2 and step 3. Here step 1, the total force is maintained and sequentially, and the total moment is actually carried out in the step 2. And in step 2, obviously the distance can be calculated in terms of the moment by force, so it also be a simply way to find out the force couple system. And third step are also the final step where the total force is applied with the base of the perpendicular distance, and with point B we can calculate the total moment, and that moment will be the force into perpendicular distance d. Now, types of loading and support reaction. Here the mainly three types of loading system will also be there. One is concentrated or point load, second is uniformly distributed load UDL, and third one is uniformly varying load UVL. Uniformly varying load, uniformly distributed load, and the point load. So first of all we have to discuss about the concentrated or point load. So a load which is acting on a beam is known as concentrated or point load, and in actual practice it is not possible to apply a load at a point. Mathematically it is not possible, as it must be some contact area, but this area being so small in comparison with the length of the beam, which is actually negligible. Now this is the figure of uniformly distributed load. A beam is AB is fixed, and over the AB beam the UDL load is applied, means uniformly distributed load. Throughout the starting point to end point, the total distribution will be same. That means a load which is spread over a beam in such a manner that each unit length is loaded to the same extent, and it is known as uniformly distributed load, and briefly written as UDL. And at A point the total reaction will be RA, and B point total reaction will be RB. So the total uniformly distributed load is assumed to act in the center of gravity of the load for the all sort of calculation. Now next is uniformly varying load. A load which is spread over a beam in such a manner that its extent varies uniformly on the each unit length. That means say W1 per unit length at support to W2 per unit length on the another support, and which is known as uniformly varying load. And if you see this figure, so at A point the total load is applied and W1 by per length, and at B point W2 by length. That means the load will be vary from A point to B point, and it increase gradually or decrease gradually. So note that so sometimes the load vary from 0 to 1 support, 0 at support to W at the other. Such a load is also called as triangular load. So a beam may carry one of the above mentioned load system or contribution systems for more than one or two systems. So here we have discussed different types of load and different types of load system which is actually apply on the beam systems, and we can use mainly three types of beam system. One is point load or concentrated load. Number two, uniformly distributed load. Number three, uniformly varying load. So uniformly distributed load, the total load distribution will be same from starting point to end point. Point load, in actual practice the point load it is not possible, because the load will, when the load is applied on the beam, so some surface will contacted with this load. So that means in actual practice point load is not possible. And third one is the varying load. In varying load, the load can be in one side load can be 0, and in another side load can be maximum. So either it can be gradually increase or decrease. That means the load can be vary from point to point. So that is actually the total summary of this class. And in these two classes, in the 2 days classes, we have discussed the different types of couple system, couple with related with moment and different types of beam and load and its application with practical examples. So thank you for today's class.